Felicitations, adventurers! Welcome to Roll for Felicity, where we play serialized one-shots in a multitude of systems with assorted players. And today is just one of those serialized one-shots. We are playing Basic Witches by Alicia Furness. And this is, I think, our I think it's our fourth one-shot in this system. Yeah, because we just enjoy it so much. If you're new here, my name is Taylor. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the person who runs things on Roll for Felicity. So usually I'm GMing, not always, but usually. Or if we're playing a GM-less game, I'm just kind of being bossy for no reason. But this game isn't GM-less, so I'm being bossy for a reason. And then usually for streams, I'll do kind of a little icebreaker question. And the question for this stream, because we're kind of doing a back to school stream, or back to school theme, is what school supply would you be? And I think for me, the school supply I would be is like when you get new clothes for school, which is not really a school supply, but is a part of going back to school, and just like having new things to try on. I think that's what I would be. But that's enough about me. Let me throw it over to my players so they can introduce themselves and tell you what school supply they would be. And this time we're going to start with Lexi. Do you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Lexi. I am playing Melissa Williams. My pronouns are she, hers, as are my characters. I think if I were a school supply, I'd be those Stabilo pens that come in a bunch of different colors, and you get really excited because you're like, I'm going to use these so much. You do not use them. You only use them at the end of the year, signing everybody else's yearbooks. But they're really, really fun in theory, and they're less great in practicality.
Perfect. Very good. Paige, that's over to you. Who are you, and what school supply would you be?
Hi. Yes, my name's Paige. I go by she, her pronouns. I'm playing Bridget Bishop, also she, her pronouns. My school supply, I'm going to go with what came to mind first, and it was those book socks. I'm aging myself. Those book socks when we were in school, which were these stretchy fabrics. Yes, and you'd put them. Yeah, completely useless, but they wrap you up. They fill you with a lot of personality and love and enthusiasm, but they do absolutely nothing, and it doesn't help identify your books anyway. So just a confusing mess.
That's a very good school supply to be. Then Kitty, do you want to tell us who you are and what school supply you would be?
Yes, hi, I'm Kitty Stryker, and I'm playing Cassandra Smith, who I think is maybe over the summer experimenting with Cassie. And like having a nickname and taking yourself a little less seriously. The school supply I would be is the complete opposite of that. I would be the little folder dividers that have like the little tabs so that you can know where every subject is. I am like really into organization and like finding stuff. I have ADHD. If I don't do that, then nothing can be found anywhere. So, like, I feel like that kind of systematic, colorful, but, like, not too much kind of thing. That's me.
Yeah, I like that.
Boring, but practical.
If I put some links in chat for where you can find all the players today, and you should totally do that. Click on those links, go to those places, and follow these people. Another thing that you can do is we do have some things that you can do during the stream that will help the stream or just make it more fun. One of the things is I do have channel points, which are something that just you accumulate as you watch Twitch streams. And there's some different things that you can do, like pick a name for an NPC, different things like that. I do have sound alerts off right now because Zoom changed so that the players can't hear sound effects, and I thought it would be unfair to deprive them of being able to hear all the sound effects. So those are disabled right now, but all the other stuff you can do. You can also, if there's a moment during the stream that you would like to see on Twitter or on TikTok or on YouTube Shorts or anything like that, you can use the command !marker in chat. That'll make a stream marker for me to come back later and make a clip of that moment. That's super helpful. Another thing that you can do is there are I do incentivize tips during the game. All the tips do go to the players. And you can do things to affect the game. So for 200 bits, you can give one player +1 on a roll. For 500 bits, you can give all players +1 on a roll. Or for 1,000 bits, you can do something to complicate the lives of these witches, which is not as specific because, you know, it might happen during a different time in the stream or multiple people might do it. Also, I'll take this time as I'm saying things that people can do to help the stream, is Paige. Thank you so much for the resub, which is helpful to the stream. And also my mom, Nisi, resubscribed. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. The last thing that you can do to help the stream, congratulations, you're already doing it. Thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching this live on Twitch or whether you're watching the YouTube VOD later. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy our adventure tonight. And also, while I'm doing all of this stuff, I'll say hello to Shay Sabrina and Stinkrad's Charms. Hello, thank you for being in chat. I don't get to acknowledge people while I'm, you know, in scene, so I'll say that now. The last thing that I will do is talk a little about the game we're playing. So I mentioned earlier, but we're playing a game called Basic Witches, which is by Alicia Furness. And it's a super fun game, if you can't tell by the fact that we've played it, this is the 4th time. You can get that on itch, and there's also some like expansions to it that are really fun. So I just put Alicia's whole itch page in the chat so you can see Basic Witches and then the other stuff that they've released. And then you can also follow them on Twitter, which I highly suggest. They're great. And they've made a lot of other really cool games, including Paranormal Inc., which this is like the perfect time of year to play something like that. So you should totally check it out. That's the last thing that I have to say out of the game, because the next thing on my list of things to do is start the game. So I'm gonna keep talking because I have to introduce what I have to set the setting, but only for a little bit longer. So, right now, it's a day in mid-September, and we're a few weeks into the school year at Buckland High. It's the time of year where it still feels too early for tests, big papers, and school projects to be due, and yet, unfairly, they are due. The air is starting to feel crisp, and the incoming freshmen are starting to feel more comfortable navigating the halls of the school. And for our 3 witches today, it's the beginning of senior year. When we last heard from you all, you were at prom, and a few of you had started dating people. What do you think you've been up to over the summer? And for those of you who were dating people, how do you think that's been going?
I'll go first, sure.
It's a panic.
I think Melissa's been having a pretty good summer. The covens decided to take some community college classes, but Melissa wasn't really into that, but she did want to not have to take PE senior year because nobody likes getting sweaty. So she went and took some deeply interesting water aerobics courses at the community college to get rid of her PE credits. She and Sanaya liked each other more in theory, perhaps, than in practicality. They didn't see each other much over the summer, but there was no like messy breakup or anything like that. They're in this kind of limbo of like not really being together anymore, but you know, there was no like deep, intense, formal conversation.
You just kind of drifted apart during the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Never really talked about it. What about the other 2 of you?
I'll go next because Cassandra definitely has to go last. So Bridget, on last session, was having a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with someone she met online, did not know who they were, what they looked like, named at Vamp Hunter, and found out during our prom session that it was a fellow classmate, Mateo, and everything went well after prom, as it was. Things were starting at prom anyway, but the entire summer, Bridget and Mateo were, I imagine, like attached at the hip. If anything, Mateo chasing after Bridget as she just continued on with her life. But I would love for Bridget to have had like a typical like summertime prior to senior year, like summer part-time job. I just don't know what that is, but it'd be something like classic, like only a teenager could be made responsible for.
Do you think Bridget was like, because Bridget lives on a houseboat, so do you think it was something like lifeguard adjacent or like something along those lines?
I love that. Yeah, I think if I could make it even better, maybe it's like a lifeguard at a lake. It's not even like like a lake lifeguard.
Yeah.
Melissa definitely tried to visit you, and Melissa went wearing a bikini, and then quickly found out that like a bikini plus a very real life lake are not always the best combination.
Yeah, I'd like to picture like a large portion of the summer there was like a biohazard risk in the lake, and like most people couldn't swim in it anyway, because that real life that actually happened in my hometown at our lake, like Camp Lake, so. That seems very real to me.
Yeah.
Melissa comes running out of the water in her bikini, but also like 4 leeches on her legs.
Those algae blooms. You gotta watch out for those.
Yeah, the algae. Yeah, I love that. Also, I put on a screen for chat. The person that you're seeing right now is Mateo. I will quickly switch that over because I forgot to do it for Sanaya. This is Melissa's ex-girlfriend.
Question mark?
Question mark. Never really broke up exactly, but there's an understanding. And then, yeah, what did Cassandra have to do over the summer?
I think Cassandra, Cassandra definitely took classes at the community college. She found a class called Magic, Witchcraft, and Sorcery and got very excited thinking that this would be a place that she could actually level up on her divination and spellcraft. But it's an anthropology course. So she's reading books instead, which is fine. She's learning a lot about different kinds of death rituals and coming of age type rites of passage, that sort of thing. I think that she's also snuck into the school a few times to try and summon the ghost that she met at prom, Kathy, and she hasn't been successful yet. She's been trying a lot of different things. Kathy was a teenager in the 90s, so she's brought 90s mixtapes on a cassette player that she found at the antique store. God, I hate that that's an antique now.
Stop talking.
She's okay, well, let's try playing some Alanis Morissette and see if maybe that'll work.
Some pogs.
Yeah, bringing some pogs, Magic the Gathering cards.
Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies. Yeah. There's all the classic
Diana magazines.
all the classic stuff. But she hasn't been successful. She did hang out a few times with April, who she met at prom, but they're decent friends. But I mean, also Summer, Cassandra, I think is a very serious student in a lot of ways. And so she was I want to see if college is really what I want to do next by taking, she probably took actually more than one college class, but that was when she realized that she wasn't actually studying magic. She was just learning about other cultures. Boring, but I think it gave her the bug. She's been excited about college classes. She's maybe a little less excited about going to high school.
Yeah.
Because she's, classes are pretty boring for her.
I should also say, so as you're all it's morning, maybe you've had a few classes as our game is starting. What do all of your characters look like? And this time I'll actually throw it over to one of you. For Cassandra, you can describe what she looks like first.
Yeah, she definitely, she has a hair transformation. She used to have a very sort of algae bloom green, and she decided that with the algae bloom happening in the lake, that maybe that was not the thing. So she's changed her hair color. I feel like she's embracing that kind of 90s nostalgia thing that has been kind of popular now, but it's definitely got that sort of Gen Z touch to it as well. So like, you know, she'll do the like chunky platform shoes, but you know, like she's more likely to do like a plaid, like a long what are they called, the handkerchief hem plaid skirt versus like, you know, a grunge kind of look, you know. So it's like a little punky-ish, a little bit 90s grunge-ish. Yeah, I think she has a class in the morning, but she doesn't need it to graduate, so she has not gone.
She's strolling in.
She like definitely shows up late to school, all the time, after going to what was it, the coffee crypt?
Yeah, coffee crypt.
Yeah, that's much more important.
What does Bridget look like?
I think Bridget looks pretty similar to how she's looked in the past. Like, some things will never change with Bridget, is what I'd like to picture. But what I would like is, you know, now that she's getting to her senior year, she's got a boyfriend. Maybe there's just like a little bit more of an adult look to her. So like maybe she's playing around, maybe not with color, but maybe with like style a bit. It's not just like the grungy t-shirt every time. Maybe there's a graphic tee in there, or heck, even a button down. We're really evolving. But I think in a lot of ways she's still same old Bridget. I like her to feel like a pretty constant person.
Yeah. And then what does Melissa look like?
So Melissa is short, hazel eyes, blonde hair, and I think in the past she's been like blow drying and then sort of straightening and then recurling her hair for sort of like the conventional beach waves. But her natural hair texture is like tight blonde, like corkscrew curls. And I think over the summer she fell down Kitty TikTok, which was just a bunch of people telling her that she was amazing, which is what she wants to hear anyway. And so she is really sort of fallen into like not only embracing her curls, but sort of she's gone from sort of the more like sexy, plungy Lyrica Matoshi stuff into like, this girl's a walking Selkie ad now. Everything is big, everything is poofy, everything is floral. But she's very much like, with her hair and with her clothes, like taking up space in a way that like feels very empowering to her.
Yeah, I like that, especially because at prom you did describe yourself wearing a giant poofy dress.
Yeah,
that, like,
I think she really liked that moment.
No one could get close to you.
The idea that we have to help stuff your skirts underneath your desk.
Yes, 100%.
That's very good. So it's partway through the school day. Things are seeming pretty normal, except for Melissa. You get to your English class, and normally Sanaya is not in this class. She's been taking like community, like she's been going to the community college during this period for like some English equivalent thing. But she's there and she's kind of like digging furiously through her backpack and looks like kind of stressed out.
Hey, is everything okay?
Did you know there was a paper due today? I forgot that there was a paper, and that's like so not like me.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I never remember when there's
she's like still digging through, and she's like, yeah, somebody mentioned when I came in, they were like talking about like our paper on genre, and I know I must have done it, but like I cannot find it anywhere. And like she's like pulling out, like just frantically going. Sanaya is like a straight A student. She was like class president junior year, planning to be class president senior year. So like this is something that this is like a nightmare scenario where it's like you get to class and like everyone has this big paper and you don't know about it. But like Melissa, Sanaya's not in this class.
Yeah. okay?
No, I'm stressed out about not having this paper.
Why would you be stressed out? This isn't your class.
You say that, and she looks at you and looks like so confused, and is like, "What do you mean this isn't my class?"
I mean, you're not in this class.
I have English at this time.
You've been going and taking classes with the community college.
What community college?
Birch Community College, according to my notes.
Yeah, she like just seems confused, doesn't know, and she's like, "Okay, funny joke."
Okay. Look, I know that this is like really, really stressful. I think it'll all be okay. I mean, you can just do the whole like, oh my gosh, like my printer wasn't working. I'm so sorry. You know, printers, they smell fear. Like,
She's like, I guess I can. I don't. Yeah, I'll talk to the teacher.
and can I try to roll? I think it's suggestion is what I would like to start trying to roll, like to start help her calm down, help her be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll your d6, and it would be plus your craft.
Yeah.
And if you're using makeup or this is your special power, so you would add +1 to this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And actually, can I like? Yeah, there's no way to really incorporate makeup into this.
And it's only a plus, like it's a +1 if you use your special power, or if you have your spellcasting tool. Like you don't get +2. I don't think so.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you
so my
don't-
craft
you
is
would
+2.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes, that's a 6.
Yeah, 6 is a success. So you use your powers of suggestion, and say like, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
We're gonna calm down. We're gonna take some yoga breaths."
Okay.
My like instructor in my class, in my like transcendental meditation class this summer, is just like, you have to be at peace with yourself. In through your nose. Your mouth.
Okay.
Or something happened.
Okay. What genre did you pick for this assignment?
Oh, romantic comedy.
She nods and she's like, "Okay. I guess I'll pick I'll say that I picked mystery, I guess. That's not like me, but I can't think of any other genres right now."
Hey, you thought of something? That's worth celebrating, right?
She gets up and goes to talk to the teacher. It's up to Bridget and Cassandra. If you think either of you would also be in this class, would have heard that. I'm not like, here are everyone's school schedules. But so if you want to have been in that class and overheard it, that's totally fine. If not, where do you think you are? Like, what do you think you're doing in like this kind of afternoon in class?
I think Cassandra is probably at the guidance counselor's office, and they really wish that she would leave, but she has been here every day trying to get like information on the best like schools for the price, like trying to balance those two things. And like what kind of careers she should look at based off of like the classes that she's taken, and you know, like just like way too focused, and like not like she doesn't show up to school until like mid-morning, but when she's here, she's like ridiculously on. And I think that the teachers are just kind of like, it's best if she's not here in the morning. Like, we need a break. Like, they're like, we're not going to write her up for this because, like, we really just need the intensity dialed down. Like, we need a couple of hours to ramp up into our day. So yeah, I think that's what she's doing.
Cassandra, I think there's two odd things that you've noticed today. First of all, you went to the coffee crypt to get coffee. Penny Cooper was working, and she hasn't been in the morning shift because she's had class. She was a senior last year. She's graduated. She normally has classes at the community college in the morning. She was at the coffee crypt and seemed like sad. But like not like crying or anything, but just she's usually like pretty peppy, like high energy. And she seemed kind of low energy. So that's the first weird thing that Cassandra would have noticed today. Second weird thing, when you're at the guidance counselor, they have like all these like pamphlets and stuff like that for like different like you're talking to them about schools and stuff. So they're showing you all these pamphlets. You notice in the trash there's a bunch of pamphlets for Birch Community College.
Huh. Well, I mean, I know that, like, when I pull one out of the trash, and I say, I mean, I went here over the summer to, like, try to expand my transcript so that it looks really, really solid. And, like, I mean, granted, I do feel like their classes could use some work, but why did you throw all their pamphlets away? That seems overly judgmental.
The guidance counselor kind of starts laughing, and she's like, Cassandra, that's really funny. Somebody left those here as a prank. That's not... I'm glad you're, like, yes-anding, you know, we can get you into some improv classes, but, like, did you leave those here? Because, like, if you did, the graphic design
classes help my transcript.
Maybe.
Okay, then yes, we
Don't
can
lie to her.
But...
Do not lie to her.
I mean, if you made these pamphlets, Cassandra, you should be, like, I mean...
No, I went to this school over the summer. Like, look here, hold on. And I like thumb through my folder that has all of the little like dividers in it. And one is just like, you know, classwork of like all the things I'm really proud of. And I flip to the transcript of my community college classes.
She's like, this is a lot of work for a prank. I'm very impressed. I think you should look into graphic design because this is pretty good for the high schooler.
Look, I don't need you to gaslight me here. Like, you're supposed to be helping me. The Birch Community College. Please don't tell me that was a like LARP or something, because I spent a lot of time in school over the summer and I gave them money. Real money.
She is starting to look at you kind of like worried and is like, okay, I get the prank. It's very funny. Like, you know, maybe
not to me.
She's just kind of like, basically you're getting the vibe that she's like worried that you're taking the joke too far. Like she's like, what's up? Like, this is weird. For what it's worth, she seems like sincere. Like, it doesn't seem like she's like lying to you or like, you know, intentionally gaslighting you.
I think Cassandra feels like she's fucking with her because she's tired of her coming into the office.
You both feel like the other is fucking with you.
We're like circling each other like cats who are like, are we fighting or are we friends here? Like,
she gives you a flyer for like a graphic design course at like some other college, and she's like, okay, whatever's going on, you should look into this because, you know, this is very realistic looking. I almost didn't notice that it slipped in with my stuff.
Yeah, I'll hold on to this. I'll add it to my classwork. Thanks so much. Like, I narrow my eyes and walk out. Like,
what is Bridget up to this morning?
Bridget's in the improv class.
At the school?
Yeah, it's a theater class.
My school had it.
Yeah, mine did too. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
the
really
public
funny.
school. My
I didn't go
public
to school,
Oh.
so who am I to
I know, I
say
remember.
anything?
I remember us teasing you mercilessly on episode 1.
Yeah.
Our like theater director in my school had like a big improv background. So when he came in to like start to run the theater program, he's like, this will.
That's
include
really
improv."
funny. I've never heard of that before, but I believe you. So you're in improv class.
Yeah, I picture Bridget thought it would be something more like her coven because both Melissa and Cassie come from theater. So I think she was thinking it would be like being with them, and she shows up and it's all boys.
I was gonna
which is
say it's like all
very-
boys and like some
It's
of
every class clown from the last 16 years of your life.
some of them
Yes.
are funny, but none of them know when to stop a joke.
Yeah, and so what I'm picturing is this became Bridget's senior year's like hooky class. So it's not that she doesn't show up. It's like she has a threshold, and then there's like the one kid who always brings a gun into the improv scene. And she's like, bathroom? I need to go to the bathroom. And so what I'd like is she's like in improv class, or maybe she's like gotten excused, and maybe she's just worked into her schedule with the coven or with Mateo that like you can find me in the bathroom during 6th period every day. After like 15 minutes, she's had her time.
Yeah. Is this a time that would be an excuse for you and Mateo to get some making out in?
Yes, exactly what I was thinking.
Perfect.
Because they were full of that during prom too.
Yeah. So, yeah, you and Mateo have like found a place to like make out during this period. And I'll say that's like kind of, the first part of your period. You're like in the improv class, you leave, you and Mateo go to a bathroom. And that's kind of wrapping up as, like another class is about to start. So all 3 of you have like a little bit of time in between classes if you want to meet up. Bridget, you haven't noticed anything like really weird about today. It seems normal.
Yeah. Classic day.
Yeah, I messaged the rest of the coven pretty quickly that, hey, something weird was going on with Sanaya. I do think I'm like, she's not in that class, right? Just to like double check and verify that like I'm not the crazy one.
I think there's even something that happens during class where the teacher is like, oh, Sanaya, like, for some reason I don't have you on, like, this thing or whatever, and, like, so yeah, you seem like you don't think that that's the case, that she's supposed to be in that class.
I think Cassie finds Bridget first, and I feel like Bridget maybe even finds Bridget in the bathroom making out, and it's like, oh, hi, Mateo, you gotta go, we're busy.
Mateo already freaked out because like someone like
just
presumably he's in the girls' bathroom, and so he's like, okay, I gotta go when I hear the door open. But yeah,
Cassie's nonplussed about that part. It's just like, that's nice, but this is more important. Bridget, we went to community college over the summer, right? Like, we did classes. My guidance counselor seems to think it's a prank that I've made up.
Oh, no.
Huh.
No. Yeah, we had. No,
Yeah,
I took
right?
class. Yeah.
Like, these were the actual flyers, right? Because my guidance counselor literally told me I should take up graphic design because she was like, oh, you're so funny. There's something weird happening.
Well, I mean, if it's beautiful, if you did do that, I mean, I would agree with her.
Oh, my graphic design is terrible.
I don't know. You pick up all these hobbies and skills, and you get like really weirdly good at them. What?
I mean, well, like, look, I'm currently working on crocheting, and I just pull the tangled mess out of my bag. Like, maybe there's some crochet stitches in there.
Is it like one of those magicians, like a never-ending scarf, but not
totally.
so wizardly so?
Totally, and it's just like all tangled up. Like, there's just yarn everywhere.
Cassie, I think that's unraveling in your purse.
Oh
It
shit.
might be. I don't know. So I mean, Anyway, that's all that to say, and I like shove it all back in. It looks almost like it's trying to escape, and I'm like, nope, in you go.
It's
Yeah.
like a Tangela Pokemon.
Yeah, totally.
Very
I just I don't understand. Like, I was trying to get some actual information about my college transcripts and what I need, and the guidance counselor was just fucking with me for some reason.
I
don't
know this
understand.
is like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is Mateo long gone as we've booted him out of the girls' bathroom?
I think so, yeah.
I'll send him a text and be like, you know, like, does he? I don't know. Does he have classes at the?
You have a
Community
class
college
together, right? Or did you do that
Yeah.
over the summer? Yeah. So
I don't know. I was gonna do like either or.
Yeah, we'll say you have one together, like this
Okay.
year that you've been going to.
Okay. When, Mateo, when was the last? Like, I'll text him. When was the last time you went to Gothic literature? Send that to him.
He sends like a bunch of question marks back.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I do usually put my faith in him to tell me where my next class is. So either.
Well, let's skip our next class and just go to the community college, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that far.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
And I mean, we're
Melissa-
seniors now. Why do we have to go to class?
Yeah.
Melissa, how was it being back in class with Sanaya?
I mean, there wasn't anything like wrong with it. I mean, I just felt bad because she like couldn't find this paper that she said suddenly was due today. And I don't know. I know this is like crazy, but you know, all our prom decorations did come to life about 3 months ago. I almost kind of thought for a second, like, what if I'm in like a school nightmare? You know, like those nightmares like that like everybody has. We're like, oh no, this project was suddenly due today that I never heard of. Or like, oh no, I came to school without pants on, or you know.
I don't have those.
Well, good for you.
No, those all just come to your conscious life.
School is a dream, and everything is great all the time. Like, it's just effortless. I don't understand at all.
Yeah, if you all want to cut class and go to the community college, yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So you get there. It's like, you know, a typical community college. You don't live in like a huge city, so it's like, you know, like some kind of drab looking buildings. And, you know, there's not like dorms there because pretty much everyone who goes there is like, you know, commuting. Some community colleges do have dorms, but this one does not. It is there when you go. There is no one here. Like no
do we see
cars, no people, nothing.
Do we see any signs of like, there hasn't been a student here in 25 years?
No, it doesn't look like an abandoned building that no one has been at for a long time. It
Okay.
looks like a building that like didn't open today. Like there's nobody here.
Oh, on our way, as we walked over to the community college, I think Cassie was talking to Melissa, like, I don't think that I, like, cursed Sanaya or something. I mean, I did do, like, a good luck on the semester ritual, but, like, I mean, I know we've been, like, fighting for that first spot for a while. I don't think anything I did would have done that, right? Probably not.
What, to be like
Intimidation is
valedictorian?
kind of bad. I don't know. It might be.
Hmm.
But that doesn't explain the guidance counselor thing or why the community college is shut. Like, it's just the beginning of the...
Cassie, level with me for a second. Are you a little happy Sanaya might have missed a whole paper?
Well, yes, absolutely. This is definitely helping my chances to be class president this year. And I only want to be class president, not because I want any of the responsibilities, but because I want my college transcripts to be immaculate. But yeah, so that would help. I'll admit that. But I don't think I did this on purpose.
I guess that makes it slightly less bad.
Cassie, give me this could be either a craft roll or a knowledge roll.
I'm gonna do craft because my knowledge is +0.
Yeah, any of you can do this if you want to. Just try to figure out what's going on.
I'll do craft because it's 0. So I'll be like, okay, hold on. And I'll swirl my drink.
Are you using it's fine if you are using coffee. Last time you had mentioned that you were switching to contraceptives as your casting tools.
Yeah, I think I realized over the summer that was not very effective. Like, and also weird looks. Like I can do drink, but
so
like
short-lived.
holding like water balloon condoms was not the move for community college.
Yeah.
That's a 5 for me.
Okay. 5 is a
I got
success.
a 5 too.
5 is a success.
2 for me.
A 2. Okay. You mark a weakness. If you get to 5 weaknesses, that's not good. Not everyone, just Cassandra, for failing. What is the complication that makes it so that Cassandra is like basically misses, like doesn't notice things that are happening around her, doesn't like put pieces together?
I mean, I think that she usually uses a hot latte and this is an ice latte. And so the ice cubes are sort of like coming up and down the whipped cream milk foam.
Yeah.
Literally watering down the coffee.
Sign say, I don't know.
The other 2 of you, as Cassandra is like being like, I don't think I did this. You don't think that Cassandra did this, but you do think that like the stink of magic is on whatever's going on. And even as you're kind of like walking around the campus, like you've all been here before, you've taken classes here before, you're like kind of getting turned around, like you'll like go to like, you'll be like, oh, we're like, let's see if the office is open, and then you get there and then you're like, okay, now where is the car in relationship to this? Like everything seems kind of vague.
This is very totally, let me know if I can't do this. I'm gonna take out one of my liquid lipsticks and I'm gonna basically like mark the walls.
Oh yeah.
Just so I know if we're like double crossing back any place. Once I kind of realize that we're getting a little lost-ish.
Yeah. You can absolutely do that. So you start to kind of like mark where you've been. And it's just like a little bit like you notice that you're like having to like this is not a huge campus, like there's not that many buildings, but you're kind of having to like orient yourselves, or like you'll be like, oh, let's go check this thing, and then you're like, I don't remember where that building is. Like it just is all a little bit like foggy.
Yeah, Bridget will turn to you, Cassie, and say, well, I mean, Cassandra, you always tell us witchcraft is all about intention. I don't think you intended Sanaya to crash and burn this English class.
True.
And I just lost my train of thought.
I think Cassie's like has not realized that we've been walking for a long time until she gets to the bottom of her latte. It's like, I really have to use the bathroom, and I thought that they were here, but they're not here, and I really have to pee. So can we navigate towards the bathroom? Lexi, why are you, Melissa, why are you like doing graffiti on the liquid lipstick? Ew, are you gonna use that on your face?
Did I notice something before you noticed something?
Yes, but hold on, are you going to use that liquid lipstick on your mouth after it's touched the wall?
No, no.
Okay.
No.
God. I really have to pee though.
My father always says nature is the best bathroom. Yeah.
That's true. There's some bushes.
Yeah, there's a planter box over there.
Yeah.
But there are also security cameras because this is community college campus.
At least there's one right at the camera and takes a squat.
Oh my god. This is the second stream in a row that someone has pissed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the mouse runner stream also, they had to like put blood in a container and they were like, I'm gonna try to piss in it.
Oh my god.
Did not work. I don't know. It's my brand, I guess.
Melissa's doing the like plausible deniability, like, well, look over here. Like,
Yeah, I don't think like Cassie gave you guys much of a warning that this was about to happen. But like I feel like Cassie's kind of like I think Cassie's got some ADHD, and you get this kind of disassociation with your body sometimes with ADHD where you're like, I'm perfectly fine. Oh God, I need, like, my body needs something immediately.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to faint or die. Like, so I think like that happened. But also Cassie's kind of like, well, I mean, obviously no one's watching the security cameras.
No one's here. Yeah. Yeah, is there anything else that you all are doing while you're at the college?
I think I want to open my phone for any like selfies or whatever. Going to go back to any sort of Instagram photos that we've taken and see if like anybody in the background of them looks shady or if anything looks just any sort of proof I have that this place is a place where we went and took classes. I'm just sort of looking to see if anything's off.
I don't think you even need to roll for this because you're just looking at your own like Instagram pictures from when you're at this college. They're there. Yeah. They're like on your Instagram.
And nobody in the background has like the eyes completely like blacked out or anything like that.
No, they look like how you remembered the pictures looking.
Ooh. Yeah. Wait, but is the college tagged still?
College is still tagged. And if you go to the tag, there is an account for the college.
Huh. Anything weird with the account?
Does not seem to be. No. It seems,
I mean, community colleges rarely update their social media.
Yeah,
they like say something at the beginning of the year and then there's nothing until break. Like,
yeah, you notice there
was
a post from then, but that's it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Something with the name? I don't know. Do we see any signs pointing towards this community college having a different name other than Birch Community College?
Melissa, give me a knowledge roll.
Okay.
Good choice.
That's a 3.
Okay, a 3 you can either fail or you can succeed at a cost. Which would you prefer?
I'll succeed at a cost.
Okay. I think the cost is so you find out information and are able to like, which I'll say in a minute, but as soon as you finish looking at things, your phone dies. Like, it's like you just you've used up a lot of battery today, and so yeah, your cell phone dies, which is the cost.
Google Emma Roberts stomp.
Yeah, I think what it is like while you've been here. I mean, first of all, maybe what it is your battery life was just not that good, which is what I'm at with my phone. So it does just kind of like, oh yeah, this doesn't last long. But you think you're on Wi-Fi and you're not, and so it's like pulling data and it just like crunches your battery. So with the knowledge roll though, since you succeeded at a cost, the college website normal. There's not another name or anything that it goes by, like. Everything seems normal, and so you're thinking, like, okay, the college is here, just nobody is here. The stuff about the college, like the flyer and the website and the Instagram is all here. It's not active, but, like, the college Instagram probably wouldn't be that active anyway, as Kitty said. You're thinking that whatever is going on must be impacting people's knowledge or memory of the place. It's not something that like this place never existed, or like this is going by like this other thing or something like that.
That's not about the place, it's about the people.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're like kind of able to come to that conclusion, and then your phone dies.
No.
How long has this community college existed?
I can't Wikipedia it anymore.
That's me.
I'm
That is
asking
me.
the world, not Melissa.
I don't like probably like 70s.
Okay. I think Cassie probably did a little bit of like looking on Wikipedia and whatnot to like see, and everything was still there. So Cassie's gonna say like, well, I mean, I told you guys a little bit about this, but I've been going to our high school and trying to summon Kathy.
Mhm.
I wonder if Kathy might know of something like this happening before, or I don't know. Like, I haven't been able to summon her, but maybe you guys could help me summon her and we could ask her.
I have a plan B too. Let's do this first.
Okay.
I like the seance, but yeah, I think I also have a plan B.
We believe in you. We do.
Yeah.
We believe in you,
I
Cassie.
believe in you. We just have some backup plans.
It's not just about me, it's about us. Like, I think I can't do it
Right.
on my own, but I need you to,
Mhm.
you know, like. Okay,
Where-
look, I just
Dr.
really want to see
Kathy.
Kathy again, and I don't want to have to wait until senior prom, okay? Fine.
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
who doesn't
that's
want to
enough
see
for
a
me.
ghost that nearly murdered like 175 students.
Okay, you know what though? Like everybody's super into like serial killers all the time anyway. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
don't be all judgy on me about that. Look at Twitter. Everybody's going off about Dahmer, and have you seen it?
That's
Ew.
disgusting.
Yeah, so like, you know, it's a thing. Maybe it's a phase. Who knows?
Yeah, I will admit, me and Mateo agree that was one of the hottest makeout nights for us. To be sure.
Yeah. See, it was helpful.
Also, just for clarity, Kathy wasn't trying to kill anyone.
Yeah.
Like your characters maybe think differently or whatever.
It's a
but-
whole debate about intention again.
Yeah, nothing she did was deadly. Just so you all know.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't compare the ghost you have a crush on to Dahmer.
I mean, I don't know enough about her. Can't do I? Like, you
Right,
know,
but I just don't think that should be like the first words out of your mouth.
we just got
Here.
one date.
Hey.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to get to know her a little bit better, and then I can know if, you know, she's that kind of ghost or if she's like a different kind of ghost.
Where do you want to go to do the seance?
I made the joke, or I like to make this joke, but I think that Melissa did take like a transcendental meditation class. It was maybe in like a dance studio. Can we do it there?
Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah, it wouldn't have to be in the school, would it?
No, I don't know about you guys. My local community college had like dance studios and stuff for like the theater.
Yeah, but I think
Kathy would be at the high school, though.
Oh, duh.
Right?
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's just because I mean, this isn't her normal haunt space or her normal haunt time. So I mean,
Let's remove the other, like, let's make it a controls, right?
yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's nobody here at the community college, so
Yeah, what, like
think
worst
they
case
can
scenario
play-
doesn't
do
work when you
whatever.
go back to school? Like,
yeah, that sounds good.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your craft. And I'll say it's just Cassandra, and it'll just be a flat roll. Well, you'll add your craft, but not with advantage or anything, even though that you're all here.
Oh, yuck.
Really want me to fail, huh? That's a 4.
Okay, so you can fail or you can succeed at a cost.
I'll fail.
What do you think, Cassandra? Go ahead and mark a weakness. And then what do you think Cassandra like does to like set the seance up? Like, what do you think it looks like? What do you think she's, like, kind of doing something with? She's tried to do this before, if I'm not mistaken, over the summer. So, like, does she have, like, a tried and true thing that she's been trying? Is she kind of doing different stuff every time?
I mean, she's got, like, a pattern that she's been doing, but it hasn't worked, so I wouldn't say it's tried and true. It's tried and false. I think that she's, like, she marks a circle, like, sits in the middle of the circle, and maybe, I don't know, I think she has, like, a little, like, portable bowl that she can, like, burn herbs and stuff in.
Hand her my liquid lip gloss if she wants to use, or my liquid lipstick if she wants to use that to paint the circle.
And then she just, like, yeah, since this is what I do, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be working.
It feels, I think it feels like more magical now that you have the other members of your coven here. So, like, there is, like, a kind of, like, a tingly feeling in the air. Like, if you have...
That's the menthol.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing, like, you sit in quiet for a little bit with, like, kind of this tingliness in the air, but no ghosts show up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not, doesn't seem to be working.
Don't take it personally, Cass.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know, this is, like, my magic thing. And then I took that class over the summer thinking, like, okay, this is going to be it. I'll learn some more stuff. I'll get better. I mean, I'm really smart, so I don't understand why I just can't make the divination thing work.
Do we want to call the principal? Since she's like a mama witch?
I mean...
We're like ducklings?
Do you think she's I mean, like, doesn't she have a whole system in place to prevent Kathy from showing up in the first place? Do you think she's going to be super keen on...
Maybe if we put in the context of, like, this is a controlled place away from mischief. And
yeah, sure, principal, break into this other school with us so that we can find... Well, okay, how about this? We should go talk to the principal and see if the principal knows anything about the community college.
Yeah.
Because we clearly all remember it. So maybe that would be helpful. But let's not tell her about Kathy. Like,
our suspect list of, like, magical people here in town is pretty short, so it's a good place to start.
There was that Molly's dad is an energy vampire.
No.
Yeah. I wouldn't willingly put myself in front of that ruddy face guy. Kidding me?
I'm just saying, like, you know, that's another option. That guy could be responsible for this.
Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Mr. Harris.
yuck.
Oh yeah, Mr. Harris was the sex ed teacher. I think Molly's dad is Mr. Smith, I think.
Oh,
I can't remember. Yeah, but both unpleasant men, so very fair. I think it's Smith, yeah. Yeah, so you head back to the school. And are you just, like, going to the principal's office? It's probably, you've been gone for, like, a decent amount of time, like, looking around the community college. You're able to make it back to your car just fine, like, especially with, Melissa having done, like, the lipstick and stuff, and it's, like, you know, still, you're a little bit disoriented. I think on the way back you notice that, like, you are having trouble remembering even where on campus you did the seance. Like, it's not like you can't remember, but it's just all, like, everything's just a little bit fuzzy with, like, that location. But yeah, are you just going to, like, the principal's office, or are you waiting until after school? Like, what's your modus operandi?
I mean, Cassie's going to recommend that we wait until after school. Like,
yes,
just
I'm not like, so we played hooky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we left class and campus for no reason and broke into another building.
I feel like it's one of those things where on the way back, Melissa's like, oh, we should stop at Panera for lunch here. We're like, No, like,
Yeah, you did miss your lunch period. So maybe eat
Maybe to
someplace.
go. We'll get some stuff to go.
right.
We can
Get a-
order ahead.
Get
It'll
a
be
bread
faster.
bowl. Yeah, so you take your time getting back to school, get back. It's classes are letting out. Obviously there's still people, doing after school activities and sports, and like the staff and stuff are still like finishing stuff up. The principal is I guess probably just maybe not in her office, but kind of like in the doorway by the office, just kind of watching students like coming and going, and just kind of keeping a watchful eye for like shenanigans during like this busy time of like the day. Saying hello to students, that kind of thing. Her name is Principal Gordon.
I sort of shove Melissa in front of me.
Hi. Hi.
She's hello, Melissa. Hello, girls. How was your school day? What are you up to?
Nothing.
Good and productive, and we did a lot of things.
Yes.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Do you have any sort of extracurriculars? What are you on your way to or from?
Well, we have a hypothetical extracurricular, which we may or may not need a faculty sponsor for.
I'm listening.
And I like go close the door, whatever, if it's not already closed.
Oh yeah, so you like go into her office.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I
Walks in and sits down before the principal comes in.
I have a
I'm
proposition.
sorry, I thought we were already in there.
You're fine. I love the idea that you just like go and sit at her desk. Obviously, I know that's not what Melissa's doing. So yeah, you are kind of like, oh yeah, like let's go into your office. And she is like, okay, yeah, I love to talk to students about things like this. Sits down. You notice, like you've noticed before when you've been in here, that there are she is like a crystal lady. So she's got like a lot of crystals around. She wears like a necklace with like I think moonstone is what I said it was.
These are so cute.
she says, thank you. What's this extracurricular that you're interested in?
And since Cassie shoved me, I'm gonna shove Cassie in front of me.
Ghosts.
What did you say? Ghosts?
Yeah, Cassie just says ghosts and sits back down. And looks uncomfortable.
Oh, so you all come in,
my
you're
God.
standing there. Melissa shoves you. You say ghosts and then sit down.
Yeah.
Principal Gordon says
And
ghosts.
yes, and spells, rituals.
Yes. And a place we all remember, but nobody else seems to.
Have a seat. Have a seat. I think I know what's going on. Okay, so you've also noticed something odd today, it sounds like. And
Yes.
Today.
And the three of you are finally coming to talk to me about
The extracurricular club.
Yes. Just so we all are on the same page. I figured out what you three have been up to. So we can you're
What? No.
We wiped that footage.
I was never in your office without you in here before.
she says, okay, I know some of what you've been up to. We're all witches. The only way, the only way that you would remember the community college is if you're witches. So this wasn't you, the community college thing.
No.
I've been spending the day kind of keeping an eye out for the three of you because I assumed that it was you.
We've been so busy.
Yeah, I mean it's like I need that community college to be there. It's on my transcript.
Yeah, when else would I see my boyfriend?
I mean, all day at school, you two are
Yeah,
constantly together. Bridget, I have eyes. I know you think that I don't see anything you do, but
my eyes just drift to the closet in this room where like
where they
Bridget
made out
and Mateo
for the first
last
time.
game, like fully were exploring each other's bodies for a good 20 minutes.
Right. Okay, fair enough, Mrs. Gordon. You got me there.
All right, so I've been spending the day trying to figure out if it was you three. So, what have you three found any leads? I thought you were the only witches in the school other than me.
I mean, I'm gonna feel pretty unspecial if we're not the only three besides you.
I think that it. I don't see how it could be someone at the college, because they would be including themselves in this. I suppose it's possible. Maybe I've just been thinking that it was the three of you, so I assumed it was someone in school.
I'm trying to think of who would have a reason to want other people to forget about the community college and what that reason would be.
I assumed the three of you took summer classes and they didn't go well, and so you were just trying to erase.
They didn't.
Oh,
that it
hold
had
on.
happened.
I pull out my transcript. The guidance counselor told me I should go into graphic design.
Why?
Because as far as she was concerned, this school doesn't exist, and she threw all of her pamphlets in the trash thinking it was a prank.
Do you think this is like a senior prank situation?
I mean, if it is, I'll be offended
That's
that I was not
hilarious.
invited to participate.
I didn't think there were any other magic. I guess I didn't think there were any other witches at all.
No, there were those weird boys last year. You know, the
The-
ones that attacked.
Yeah, she kind of nods and she's like, well, a couple of them don't even live in this town anymore, and I think if they were going to do something, they'd do it to the school, not the community college.
Right,
But
no,
that's-
sorry. I didn't mean that, like, literally they might have done it. I just mean...
Yes,
You know.
yes.
Well, it also seems kind of strange. Like, if you were doing a senior prank, how would you get everyone at the community college not to be there? And then Cassie, like, looks like...
Principal Gordon says, okay, so that answers where you were today, which is normally would be a problem, but I understand you were trying to fix the same thing I was.
Miss Gordon, we've dealt with our fair share of powerful magical entities. We've dealt with warlocks. We've dealt with energy vampires. We've dealt with ghosts. But what
Not
sort
enough.
of thing, what sort of magical creatures could do something like this?
I would think this smacks of witchcraft to me. It seems like something that would be witchcraft. And if it is, and what my plan was, if it was the three of you, was that I would talk to you, try to get to figure out what you did, and then we would work to undo it. When it comes to hexes, which is what I suspect this is, the best way to undo them is to speak to whoever it is that's done them, because the way that magic can interact with magic, it's just best to try to find a solution before trying to counter the hex, if that makes sense. So if you can figure out who it was that did this and ascertain why they did it, perhaps we can, you could talk to them, we could talk to them and get them to undo it.
Is there any possibility that one of the 3 or 4 of us could have done it accidentally?
I don't think something this powerful. I think part of the reason I thought it was the three of you was because this seems like magic that a coven would have to do together, something this big on this scale. So I thought...
Wait, there's another coven?
she says, that's why I thought it was you, but...
Do you have a coven?
She looks kind of sad when you say that. And says, I did. I don't now. I don't think that...
You want to be part of our coven?
I mean, 3 is really... You're supposed to stick to 3. I can
Melissa's not picking up on the social cue.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
I'd be happy to help you girls with, now that, you know, you're not trying to keep it a secret from me. If you want help on things like this, I'd be happy to help.
Can I have your cauldron to brew potions?
I can get you your own cauldron to brew potions.
Okay.
She like takes out her planner, like makes a little note.
Oh, I want a cauldron too. If we're getting free stuff, I want something.
Yeah.
I've been making my potions out of an old spaghetti bowl for years.
Is there like a catalog that we can order from? Or like a Instagram small shop? Or
Once we get all of this figured out, I'll take you to the shop that I go to and we'll get you all sorted out and get you some good quality I'm a spaghetti bowl. I'm surprised you haven't done something like this before.
Maybe it'll taste better though.
I thought I set fire to the coffee crypt, but then it turned out that I didn't. So that was good.
If we can find this other coven, I wonder if it could be some of the freshmen, maybe. That's why we wouldn't have known them before.
New blood.
If you 3 girls could see if you can look into who this could be, that would be very helpful. And then if you can talk to them, I fear if I step in, they'll be afraid and think they're in trouble, which maybe they are in trouble, but maybe the 3 of you could go to them as peers, talk to them, figure out what exactly is going on.
Sure.
I mean, you're so cool, but yeah, I mean, we can
She shakes her head and she's like, I know that I'm not cool, but I'm not trying to be cool.
Don't we have security cameras all over this school in a like massive invasion of privacy?
No, there's none in the supply closets I've checked.
Well, maybe we should check some footage. That might...
She says, the first thing I did this morning was start to go through some of the footage. I wasn't able to find anything.
Didn't see anything weird.
Nothing, no. And it's deleted after 24 hours, so if it would have been something before then and happened on school grounds, I wouldn't have seen it.
Deleted after 24 hours. That's good to know. No reason.
She shakes her head and she says, just if you're going to be doing, I'm still the principal of the school. I have to have plausible deniability for whatever you're up to in the storage closets and whatever else, but I'm not going to get involved. I was a high schooler. I remember how it was.
Don't worry, I make sure that Bridget always has condoms.
But too much for me to know about. Even that alone, I should not know. she like stands up and kind of is like, all right, I think it's time for you to
wait, I meant to ask you about ghosts.
About clothes?
Ghosts.
Oh,
ghosts. I want to summon a ghost.
I don't think that's a good idea.
And then like, the door shuts in my face. Like, oh, okay. Cool.
You remember the principal specifically casting spells to keep ghosts
I know.
from appearing.
I told you, Melissa.
I think it's productive.
Well, maybe we can get 2 birds, 1 stone, Cassie. Maybe we can entice this coven out by spreading a rumor that there's going to be a spooky seance in the gym. Maybe. See who shows up.
It's like West Side Story, but deadlier. Or less deadly, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was pretty deadly the first time.
Deadly show. Since I heard seance at the gym, I'm like, there's a joke in there somewhere.
Um. Oh, well, there's usually like a haunted house that happens at the school, right? Like,
It's probably later. So right now in the game, it's only mid-September. So
Yeah.
yeah, so there would be, but it's not going to be for a little bit longer. So if you want your college classes to not be impacted too much, maybe sooner is better than later.
I don't know. I don't know that it would be. I feel like that would be a really good time to like. It's a good cover. You know what I mean? And as long as it's on my transcript by the end of the senior year, I don't know that I really care that much about getting it done right now, right?
No, Cassie, this is the only class me and Mateo have together.
Oh, you're still going to class. See, I only did them in the summer. So,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I want to go. I can't believe I'm
Is
saying
that
this. I want to go back to class.
Wow, that's wild. I would not have expected that. Well, I guess that makes sense.
As the three of you are kind of like talking about like, you know, what are we gonna do? What's our next move? Everybody roll me a d6. It don't add anything to it, but just let me know what you get.
Okay.
Ooh, 4.
2.
6.
Cassandra, you notice 3 freshmen huddled over by one of the lockers. They are talking intent. You can't hear what they're saying, but they're like huddled close together and like having a very like hushed but passionate conversation.
I think Cassie
Bitches.
is going to. Yeah, exactly. Cassie is going to think any group of 3 people is witches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I'll just like nudge them. Like, what do we think? We think they're witches? Do they look like the type?
I'm trying to. Okay. Somebody else talk. I'm forming a thought.
You have like a perfume that shows auras or something in your
Oh, I did.
backpack.
I had the like spray, the potion, the protection potion. That was spraying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was sort of wondering if I could use craft. Actually, Taylor, can I just roll popularity on this?
If you want to just see if you know who these 3 people are, I would
Yeah.
say absolutely that's a popularity roll. Yeah.
And if any of them has a distinctive makeup look, would that count as me using my spellcasting tool?
I don't
It's okay
think
if
so.
not.
I think
Okay.
popularity you already get a +3, I think, right?
Yeah. That's a 5.
Okay, that's a success. So you know all 3 of these people. Let me really quick.
I kind of forget that I can roll things besides craft in this game.
Yeah, you don't have to be doing magic. Okay, I'm gonna put their names in the Zoom chat. Let me copy and paste them.
Yay.
Where are they? Where is it on my notes? Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I keep scrolling past it. Okay, so the first one is Elena Hogan. All 3 of them are freshmen. The second one is Miri Amin. And the third is Harper Lombardi. And you would know Elena uses she, they pronouns, Miri uses they, them pronouns, and Harper uses she, her pronouns. Also, on screen, I do have some little images of them, which I won't send to you in Zoom, but just look at the Twitch. All right, let me see, where is it? This is Miri. And I'll leave that up for a second. And then
So oh my god, I love the hair.
And then
Yes.
this is Harper. And
Cute.
then this is Elena. So Harper, you would know.
Yeah. That's the most freshman high school hairstyle.
I know. I had so much fun making them because I was like, okay, they're gonna be cute, but they're all gonna be a little bit awkward.
It's so good.
So Elena, like I said, they're all freshmen. Elena's very like, kind of like the emo revival kind of thing. Miri, is like pretty quiet.
Miri had the like green in their hair.
Yeah, Miri had
Okay,
the green in their hair. And I don't think you know that much about either Elena or Miri. Harper is does I think track and field. So like if anyone keeps up with, well, I guess this is specifically Melissa. Like if Melissa knows like the athletes or whatever would know that.
Melissa runs about as much as Lexi do, which is to say never.
Yeah. So yeah, these three of them, you see them kind of talking like kind of passionately, but like in hushed tones to each other.
They've got the look of a coven only because they all look like they would only be together due to their coven. Like us.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not good at making new friends
Survival look
typically.
for a witch. That's so done.
I don't want to scare these kids.
I do.
I like this switch up dynamic we're having right now. This is new. Growth, we've really grown in a lot of ways over the years. Okay. Let's scare them then.
Okay.
Well, my switchblade.
Oh my god. I think that's a good place for us to take our break, our halfway break.
Hey.
So, chat, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Go ahead and get a drink, get a snack, all that kinds of stuff. While we're on break, you'll also be able to see more info about the players who are here today. And you can also, give them a follow, that kind of stuff while we're on break. So we'll see you all in 15 minutes. Do you want to say goodbye to chat?
Bye,
Bye. Felicitations, adventurers! Welcome back to the second half of our Basic Witches Back to School one-shot. I'm so happy to be here with my guests today. And so far the first half has been really, really fun, so I'm excited to see how this wraps up. But before we do that, I'm going to throw it over to my guests so they can reintroduce themselves in case anyone missed the beginning, and also let us know what other stuff they have going on, projects, that kind of thing. And this time we'll start with Kitty. Who are you and what do you have going on?
Hi, I'm Kitty Stryker, and I play Cassandra Smith, who's a very bad divination witch who's experimenting with calling herself Cassie. I just found out that my second book, Ask Yourself the Consent Culture Workbook, is now available for pre-order on Amazon. I will say you have a lot of time because it doesn't come out until like June 2023. So, but pre-orders really help get people excited about the book. It makes it easier to have people review the book. And also if anybody is a journalist or whoever who wants to review it, you can always send me an email at miss.kitty.striker@gmail.com and I can send you over a PDF.
Awesome. And then Paige, do you want to let us know who you are and what other things you have going on that people can check out?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, my name's Paige. You can find me over on Twitch as well at Dungeon Mom, where I am a go-to DM for my friends and family. We typically play weekly on a D&D campaign, but we're actually getting geared up for the month of October. We've been playing an RPG called Sleepaway, which is camp counselors in a summer camp, very spooky, which is currently running on Thursday nights. And for October, I'm also going to be running a few one-shots where there will be ghosts and horror and mystery. So check it out if you're interested in some fun RPGs outside of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and that link is in chat. And actually, let me do this too. Because Twitch just added a cool new shout out system. So let me do this. Put the zeros in the right places. You can just click right in chat and you can follow Paige's Twitch. There should be a little button that comes up at the top that says, let's all follow Dungeon Mom.
Thanks, Taylor.
Absolutely. And then Lexi, who are you? What else do you have going on?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Lexi. I'm playing Melissa Williams. It'd be wild if I just switched to a different character.
You just don't tell me.
I work in museums, so of course I do not speak for the museum that I work for, but fuck Nazis. Work for a very, very cool museum, historical museum. So I encourage everybody to look around, see what cool museums might be in your town that you don't know about, and what cool things there always are to discover.
Very cool.
I want to add to that because I just found this out. If you have an EBT or Medicare card, you can actually get free or discounted admission to various museums.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so like a museum here in the Bay Area that's normally like $30-40 per ticket, you can get tickets for you and 3 other people for $3 each.
Yeah.
So like that is a huge thing if you are low income and interested in museums.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. Also, library cards.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah.
Yep, for that. And like Bank of America cards. So there's lots of different ways to see museums for free or cheap.
Yeah. Also, if anybody's in sort of a situation where they find themselves with a super cool artifact, reach out to museums. We're not always able to take the stuff that you have, but it is always interesting for us to see people's collections.
Yeah.
That book on TikTok was not as special as that guy thought it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
What a nightmare.
I got a lot of messages about that book.
Wow.
Ugh. Yeah. And then my name's Taylor. I am usually the person running games here. I'll take this time to just mention a couple of things I have coming up. So on the 24th, I think, which is a Sunday of this month, I'm going to be running another one-shot of Vampire the Masquerade. So this will be a second in a one-shot series. Yeah. The first one was very dramatic. This next one I feel is probably going to be equally or more dramatic. My friend Zay is coming on stream on the 15th to run a game that they wrote called Totally Normal Human Roommates. And I'm going to be playing in it. And if you like what we do in the shadows and that kind of thing, it is very much in that vein. I got to play test it. It's a very fun game. And then also this month, I think the 17th is my 2-year stream anniversary. So I'm doing some extra streams to celebrate that. Not this Friday, but next Friday, I'm going to be playing Project Zomboid on stream with some of my friends. We're going to be dying about 1 million times. And then the Friday after that, which I don't remember what the date is, we're going to be doing like some community games like Jackbox, Fall Guys, that kind of stuff. So playing games with chat. But you can keep up with all that if you just follow me on Twitter, Roll for Felicity, and I'll be tweeting about all that kind of stuff. And it's also in my pinned tweet. I just did my schedule for the month. So you'll see that. But that's enough about that kind of stuff. Let's get back into the game we're playing, where our witches, it's the beginning of the school year, and they realized that something odd was happening where the community college, where a lot of people took classes over the summer, people are in school there now, are supposed to be, and like some of the other seniors are like taking classes there instead of like their high school classes. No one seems to remember the community college save our 3 witches and the principal of the school, who is also a witch, and who the coven had kind of been keeping it a secret from her that they were witches, but it turns out maybe she knew a little bit for a little while. And so you talk to her, she said she thinks this is the work of another coven. She thought that it had been you, but it seems that's not the case. And as you left her office and were kind of talking amongst yourselves, Cassie noticed these 3 freshmen who were kind of talking like, I don't want to say heatedly, but like having an intense but quiet conversation amongst the three of them. And when Cassie pointed it out to the other two, Melissa recognized the three of them as Elena Hogan, Mary Amin, and Harper Lombardi, who are three freshmen. And you all decided that you wanted to go over and scare them. So,
what's a bit of light bullying here and there?
What's your method? How are you approaching the situation?
Okay, I think you see something like physically in Melissa change as she goes into the like alpha bitch mode, which she's not normally in as part of the coven.
Very good.
A predatory glint.
Yeah, the shoulders just a little further back, like getting real Natalie Dormer in the face. Like
That's so good.
I think Cassie isn't going to engage in this, but isn't going to stop it either. So she's just going to sort of lean up against a locker, drinking her drink, just like, see what happens.
I would love, I know we said it before the break, that Bridget draws a switchblade and either Cassie or Melissa just lowers it back down. Like,
yeah. Yeah, are you approaching, it sounds like Cassie's not, but Bridget and Melissa, are you approaching these freshmen, or are you just kind of staring them down?
First, I want to stand from a distance, and when they look at me, I do the sort of like a little like once over judgy eyes.
You do that. Miri is the one who notices first, and they drop their books and kind of like hurriedly go to pick them back up. You would notice as you're looking at them, the books are like, you know, like herbs and like witchcraft and like occulty kind of books. Like some of them are definitely like more on the self-help side of witchcraft, where it's like, this isn't really magic, but like you'll feel better if you do these things. And then some of them are like historical kind of stuff. So maybe a mix of accuracy and inaccuracy as far as witchcraft. But they drop the books and then go to like pick them back up. Kind of nudge the other two. Harper and Elena like kind of look over at you, look back, and like kind of go back to like talking to each other like kind of furiously.
Cassie wants to look around. Are there any cameras here?
I think there are, because I think I think this is literally outside the principal's office, where I think you have in the last one shot also looked to see if there were cameras here. So yeah, I think
She's always looking for cameras.
Where are the cameras?
Always.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as Cassie found out that there are cameras all over this school, she's absolutely always keeping an eye on that. I think
you would know from previous like questions about this. There's no sound, so it's
yeah,
they're just like visual security cameras.
okay.
So we can say whatever shit we want to these girls.
Yeah.
I think Cassie's just going to like quietly say, like, just don't forget you are being watched. So, you know.
Maybe that's when the switchblade.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, the camera's right there. And I point at it.
I think when you point at the camera, the three freshmen are already kind of like looking at you suspiciously. They start to like they're like not they're not like running, but they do start to like go their separate ways, like kind of say their goodbyes to each other.
They're like little roaches.
We have to split up. Maybe we can get one of them to admit to something.
Which one dropped their books? Miri?
Miri dropped their books, yeah.
I'm gonna catch up with Miri.
Yeah, so the school's not empty, but the hallways are relatively empty since it's been a little time. So people are mostly like whatever like club or thing that they're going to, they've left, the buses have left. You catch up to them, And I think they definitely, like, as you're walking, they do the thing where they're, like, pretending they do not see. So they're just like, oh, Cassie's just also walking this direction.
Yeah, just suddenly
Wow.
keeping pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've read a lot of those books too.
Oh, yeah, I have a paper.
A paper. Oh, for which class?
History.
History.
Mhm.
Well, hold on.
Salem
And I'll,
Witch Trials.
I'll be like, oh, okay. Well, first of all, this book, these ones are inaccurate.
Are you
you're
taking the books from them?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm pointing them out. I'm pointing them out.
Okay.
This one's inaccurate. This one is lies. This one is just really boring and not worth reading. Hold on. And I pull out my folder and I flip to a tab. I think the ongoing joke with Cassie is that she somehow has a tab for everything in here.
That's so cute.
And it's the same number of tabs. Like, it's like 7 tabs, but yet somehow one tab is for each thing.
Yeah.
And she'll like flip through and be like, oh, yeah, here, this is the book list that I used when I was doing a paper. And I wink.
They take it from you, and I think up until now they've just kind of been walking and like not really looking at you, but they stop and look at you and they say, why are you being so nice to me? You're a senior, right?
Yeah, but you know, I wasn't always as cool as I am now. And I wouldn't want you to write a shitty paper. It's going to be in your records. So you got to start thinking about college now.
Give me, Cassie, give me a popularity roll.
I'm not bad at that too. That is a 3.
You can either fail or succeed at a cost.
I'll succeed at a cost.
Do you have an idea of what so basically this roll is to like see if you can get Miri kind of like to open up to you or to be like comfortable, because right now they're suspicious that they're like about to get like it's a thing of like when you're in high school and a boy like comes and asks you out and you're like, are they asking me out or is this a mean prank? Like that's what Miri's trying to like figure out.
Okay, and you can tell me if you don't think. I think the cost isn't relating to Miri. I think that Cassie is trying to be cool right now and look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And she drops her drink and it just spills everywhere on the floor. It's like, fuck.
Yeah. So you do that.
I think it's the failure is more that like her coolness has failed with like anyone
around.
Senior.
Yeah, I think definitely there's like one of the classroom doors is like open because like maybe there's like still like there's a club or something that's like in there, and so they have like the door open, and it happens as you're walking by this classroom. What would be like the cool class or the cool club that you would be upset if all the clubs I'm thinking of are honestly, not like cool necessarily.
It's not necessarily the coolest class, but I feel like it's yearbook.
Yeah.
Yearbook.
Are the kids that will make or break your reputation in memory. Yes. Like they are the ones who are going to like look at you and be like, class klutz, and you will be immortalized as that the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But you could get something like best smile.
Right.
As a former yearbook editor, I have ruined lives.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I absolutely think it's that. Yeah. But I think that the success is that Miri sees a vulnerability and awkwardness in me. Definitely. And it's like, okay, I can connect with that.
Yeah, they definitely don't think that you're like trying to be a cool senior who's like egging them on into doing something embarrassing.
Yeah, no.
So you drop your drink and it goes everywhere. You hear like some laughter from like the yearbook. Like not necessarily mean-spirited, but just like that's what happens in school when you drop something, people laugh at you. So you're kind of, I think Miri like like goes into the bathroom and like gets some paper towels, comes out and gives them to you, and kind of helps you clean it up. And they're like,
Thanks. God.
yeah, so you're both down
See,
like on
there
the
you
floor, cleaning it
This-
up.
This is what you have to look forward to. What was your name?
My name's Miriam Mean. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Cassie Smith.
It's nice to meet you. What do you know about magic?
I mean, I read a lot of books. I think Cassie like tries to wink, but like can't really, and like, closes both of her eyes in like a weird slow blink. It's like, yeah. I mean, you know, I have 2 friends who like to read books with me on the topic, and I'm like, oh, there's a trash can over there. Because I'm trying to like, let's not have this conversation in front of the yearbook people.
Yeah, they go along with you, like throw these like wet, sticky paper towels.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, so there's 3 of you that are friends and talk about magic stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's a like a extracurricular, I guess.
Have you ever tried to do any of it?
I mean, we've succeeded in doing some stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we failed a lot too. Honestly, like,
Okay.
just last year, I thought I burned down the coffee crib, and it wasn't me; it was somebody else.
They are kind of like, have you ever kind of messed something up in a bigger way than you meant to?
No, that would never happen to me.
Mary like looks down and is like, oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, okay, yeah, we've definitely, maybe not in the magical sphere so much, but like we've definitely fucked up in a massive way in this school, for sure.
They say, I think we took something a little bit too far. And as they say that, we're gonna cut over to either Bridget or Melissa. Are either of you going after one of the other 2 freshmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to go after Alani, the emo revival.
Yeah.
I want to go after emo revival. You can do it.
Melissa has to run.
Yeah. Elena is
Elena,
yeah,
sorry.
Elena. That's fine. So yeah, you go after the emo revival witch. And she's like going out to like the parking lot. So like Miri went like further into the school. Elena is like, I'm going out here. And you follow her. She as you're like coming out, she like whirls around to look at you and she's like, what are you doing? Why are you following me, you freak?
Look who's talking. Hey. I just wanted to, check in.
Okay, check in with what?
Yeah, I'm like your senior mentor.
I think if I had a senior mentor, I would know about it. Thanks.
Yeah, though they just came up with it. Anyway, what I do want to talk to you about is making friends.
First of all, as you're close to her, she smells very strongly of patchouli. Like,
Okay.
overwhelmingly. And she's like, I already have friends. No thanks. Go, you can get your college transcript credits someplace else. And, like, turns around
Hey.
and, like, starts to, like, just walk away from you.
Are you not going to even hear me out?
Just still.
Okay. Well then, what is she heading to, like her car or something, or just like heading across campus?
It looks like she's heading to I guess it's not her car because she's like 14. So she's like heading to like you don't know, like you don't see a car that she's heading to. She's just kind of walking.
Bridget will pull from her belt loop one of her potions she keeps on her. Something hopefully that has a sort of like, not like dangerous, but maybe just more of like a visual component to it, like,
Yeah, like
a
a smoke bomb or
splash or
something.
smoke. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And she's just gonna lob it over in the direction
Yeah,
that Elena's heading.
I think go ahead and roll craft.
Okay.
And you can add your +1 for your because you're using your special power.
So I rolled a
There.
5, +2 for craft,
Oh, yeah.
+1 for potion. So I think I total.
Completely succeeds. Yeah, you only need to get a 5. So describe how you're like basically trying to get her attention, like get her to turn around and talk to you. Unless I'm misreading what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So
I'm just
describe what this looks like as she sees whatever the effect of this potion is that causes her to kind of look at you like.
I want it to look kind of like a smoke bomb, but what makes it distinctively like not like a military, like a true smoke bomb, is that it's multicolored, like, and it has a cool effect to it, and it clearly like warps. It warps, like if you could look through the smoke, it warps what looks like on the other side.
Yeah. She turns around to you and is like, okay, I know you definitely didn't get that at Pete's firework outlet because I would have known about that if that were there. So where did you get that?
Shop at Pete's too.
I love Pete's.
I do too. Their switchblade sales are amazing.
My mom always finds my switchblades.
Well, that's why you need to get the holster on the ankle. They never search the ankle.
I'll keep that in mind. So what? Wait, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I'm not your mentor, but
Okay.
I just wanted to give
Didn't think
you
that was a
some
thing.
advice. Okay. I'm not good on my feet. I'm working on my improv skills.
Elena looks not impressed when you say
Yeah,
that.
clearly.
Oh.
Damn it. There's nothing worse than being the cool kid and then being undermined by a younger, cooler kid.
He
So
was never the cool kid.
but I just wanted to give you some advice, Elena. You know, I know it's hard to believe because I'm so charming and likable, but I didn't always have an easy go at making friends. But I have really great friends now, and I would do anything for them, but I would also want to make sure that if they're in something too deep, I get them out of it.
I don't think we're in something too deep, first of all.
I think you're in something too deep.
I think it's fine. Anyway, I don't even know about what you're talking about.
Sure. Yeah. Well, clearly you're not prone to advice, as am I. So let me just give you a word of warning. If you fuck this up, there is so many different eyes on you who are willing to help, like your friends. We could be friends too. And so if you need help, just ask.
Oh my god, it's just a prank, bro. Like, we're just doing, like, seniors always do a senior prank. We wanted to do a freshman prank. It's, like, not a big deal.
It's a senior prank for a reason, because we're almost out the door. You're just getting in the door, and you're causing a lot of trouble, which, trust me, detention gets boring after, a day.
Okay, let's say that you, at some point in all of your aged wisdom, did a prank that kind of was, like, not exactly what you intended. Like, how do you even undo a prank? Like, it's already been prunked.
Yeah, to deprunct is a tough process. You would meet your friends, and you would go. I'm making this up on the spot. You would go through what your true intention was. It's all about intention. Magic is all about intention.
Okay, I don't know why you're talking about magic.
Okay.
Cassie's gonna send a text message to the other two members of the coven and be like, "Ooh, find out if they know anything about ghosts."
it's all about intention, Elena. So if you didn't mean for it to go past a certain point, what is the right thing to do to get it back to where it needs to be?
Um, I guess that's like kind of, I wouldn't call it a problem, but that's kind of the concern. Is that I don't know what to do.
Well, we know what to do. I don't know if we know what to do. Being an adult is pretending like you know how to fix things, and then
True.
hear me out. Elena, just meet up with us after school. Not tonight. Meet up with us tonight.
Where?
And here. Let's keep it simple.
Okay.
Let's meet in the gym. And let's go through everything that happened and maybe think about how we can roll some things back.
Okay, I guess if I end up at the gym tonight, maybe we could talk about hypothetical things that did or didn't happen with friends that I definitely have.
Right, sure. And maybe if you're kinder to me in the future, I will give you my extra holster.
I will take it under advisement.
All right.
They like, you like part ways, and then they're like, they did not have a car to go to. They were just walking. They were just like, their group was like, we need to split up, and so they just walked out here. So they take out their phone and go to like call their mom to pick them up because they missed the bus. So then that just leaves Melissa going after Harper. If you'd like to, you obviously don't have to, but
let's go after her. Why not?
Okay, cool. Let me get Harper on
Your
screen.
phone is just filling up with ghost emoji texts.
Except for Melissa's phone's dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my phone's dead.
So only Bridget's getting them. You go after Harper. Where does she go? I think she goes like to one of the closest like restroom. And like just kind of goes in in the split up.
Yeah, I'll go to the bathroom too. I'll be like fixing my like makeup at the mirror and just like,
Yeah. Harper is in a stall like when you come in, and it's just like in there for a while, and then comes out and like goes to start washing her hands. Just like kind of, pretending you're not there.
Hi, Harper.
Hi. Are you?
That's a cute outfit.
Harper's like, okay, obviously she's not hitting on me, but doesn't really know what is happening. So she's kind of just like, thanks. I'm supposed to be, I'm running late for practice, so.
Yeah, a little derivative, don't you think?
Running late for practice?
No, your whole thing.
I don't know what's going on here.
Honey.
Roll popularity. And you're doing your makeup, so I'll say add, so you get +4 out of this.
6.
Yeah, that's a success. So you're like obviously trying to like intimidate Harper with this conversation. And you can see she seems like kind of like scared, uncertain, but also like you can see like her eyes are getting like not like teary, but like a little bit like glassy, like, I'm not gonna cry, but I'm thinking about it.
First of all, I look down just like a quick to make sure that I don't see like feet in the stalls or anything like that.
Yeah, there's nobody else in here.
Okay, cool. And I think I'm not blocking her from exiting, but like she will have to walk past me to exit.
Yeah, so she, like, finishes washing her hands and is like, is this some kind of hazing thing? Because, like, I don't really know, like, what... I'm not really trying to get into any groups, so, I'm already on the sports
Sure,
team.
you certainly wouldn't be succeeding.
You just follow me in here to, like, bully me? Like, what's... I didn't do anything to you.
Nothing to me, but you know, sure sucks for all those people who took like important college classes over the
It's
summer,
gonna
right?
wear off. I'm sure it's gonna wear off. It was just, like, supposed
Oh,
to be,
you
like...
sure?
Yeah. It
Oh.
can't be permanent. Like, I've never done anything permanent. I don't even know what you're talking about. Why are you talking to me about this? Like, what college are you talking about? I don't know.
Sweetheart. Look, I get that you're trying to come in here and make a stand, which is admirable, really. Trying to put your little stamp on the school, and that's, like I said, really quite admirable and honestly fine if it weren't for the fact that other people are going to now have to take gym classes that they don't want to have to take.
I knew that's what it was going to be.
She's like I said, I'm sure it's gonna wear off, and, like, I don't really know why everybody's so stressed about it. Like, it's like, okay, I don't even, like, you're already being mean to me, and if I tell you more about what's happening, you're just gonna say
I have done nothing to you.
you're just gonna say I'm, like, crazy, or that I'm, like, making stuff up, so, like, I don't even know why I should talk to you. And she, like, does try to, like, walk past you.
What have I done to you?
You said that, like, it's not really, like, what you're saying, it's how you're saying it.
Oh, baby.
That's what I mean! You're doing it right now!
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
She's just like, I don't have anything that I can tell you. You're not gonna understand anyway. I'm leaving. And she, like, goes out of the bathroom.
Ooh. I mean, I did just want to scare her mainly.
Yeah, she leaves. And this is all happening, like, basically at the same time. So, like, I think,
Yeah.
Cassie and Bridget, if you're, like, all coming back into, like, if you're coming back into the school or, like, coming back together,
Sure.
you see Harper, like, leaving and, like, not sobbing, but, like, definitely, like, some tears, like, looks in distress as she's leaving.
That's a Melissa trademark written all over it. A girl coming crying out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'll peek my head in. Melissa, are you in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Close the door. So I think I got the mean one to agree to meet up with us tonight.
Cool. I got the one who thinks she is so good at running to cry.
I'll also
Equally
say,
important.
Cassie, since we kind of ended yours, like, mid-conversation, was there something that you were, like, trying to get, Miri to do?
I mean, honestly, I think Cassie is kind of like, I really wish that I had someone who would mentor me who wasn't a fucking adult. So I think that Cassie is, like, genuinely like, hey, let's hang out and talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
and I think when they part ways, like, Cassie's gotten Mary's number.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah. I think,
Yeah,
like,
they probably
exchanged...
follow each other on Instagram now or whatever.
Yeah, you definitely leave on, like, a good note. Like, Miri is like, this is cool, like, we both do magic, like, they
I
seem,
think
like,
Cassie
genuine.
even makes the point of saying, like, the other two, like, sometimes we can be a little intimidating as a group, but, like, it's really just for show. It's not, like, you know, it's not really a thing.
Yeah. So yeah, so
Harper goes running by crying, I guess. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I think that is Mary is like, I'm gonna go talk to Harper and see where
Yeah.
Elena is. So yeah,
Yeah.
so they're going like a meeting. The three of them are going meeting up. The three of you are meeting up in the bathroom.
That's definitely the coven.
Yeah.
I think that was very successful.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to undo a spell?
I mean, I feel like at some point we have managed that, but I'm not entirely sure how we did it. I think we just sort of flailed around until something worked.
Well, let's talk to Miss Gordon and just see if she has any idea on what we can do when these girls meet up with us this evening.
Also,
About the ghosts?
the new freshman class, so weak.
Yeah. There's a lot of growing needed, but I mean, it's
so immature.
it is gonna be at the gym. So Cassandra, if we're able to wrap this up, zing zam zom, maybe we can then call your girlfriend again.
Is that game you play in your improv class?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so you all want to go talk to the principal, it sounds like, to see if she has any insight on how you undo a spell.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I think enough time has passed that like you catch her like going to her car, so she's like got like some like stuff that she like some school stuff that she's like, yeah, she's like putting in her car. The three of you come up, and she looks at you and she says, well, that was fast. Did you find out who did it?
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Did you find out what they were trying to do? Did you convince them to undo it?
I convinced them to try.
Well, apparently one of them is so bad at magic, none of her spells have been fully successful for an extended period before.
And one of them doesn't quite realize how serious things have gotten with it.
Mary just had some really shitty books, honestly. Like,
They're all. I mean, are they? Miri, are you talking about the freshman Miri?
yeah, Mary,
Yeah.
Miriam Min.
Yeah, Mary, Elena, and Harper.
Okay. Wouldn't have pegged them to form a coven together, but I guess that's how it is
Honestly,
sometimes.
it never occurred to me to ask what they were trying to do. Oh, it was a prank.
It's a prank.
Yeah.
Prank.
I mean, but I don't know what the prank was, like the goal of the prank. But I mean, honestly, last year somebody covered a car in tinfoil. I don't know what the point of that is either.
And then there was another kid who salted the field in the shape of a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of.
Bridget's giving eyes to Melissa.
I had to do a lot of hedge witchery, which I don't even really. That's not my thing, but to get that grass to grow back.
What is your thing?
Oh, I'm more about protection spells, and like counter spelling, things like that.
Oh, great.
Yes.
So then you should know.
We just kind of keep accidentally doing that, and we have not put it together.
When you say that, I think I need to put the principal's picture up on here. I think she gives you like a very sharp, like kind of witchy look, and she says, "Oh, it never occurred to me that you would be so bad at magic. You could mess up something like that."
That's why we don't mess things up.
What?
Am I missing the joke? Because I fuck things up all the time.
The principal says, I suppose I could, so normally undoing a spell, that would be the easiest if they could undo what they did. If we're not sure exactly what they were trying to do, that could be difficult. But generally,
I was just trying to have like a normal, nice conversation with Harper, and she like totally freaked out about it. It's so weird.
The principal is just kind of like giving you a look like, okay. Like, what? Seems odd to say apropos of nothing. So she's like, Sometimes if you say the command words backwards, that can do it. Throwing salt over your shoulder sometimes can undo things. If we don't know exactly what they did, it might be a little bit tough. But if you can get them all together in one place, then we could maybe try some things out at least.
Cool. So tonight, can you leave the back gym door open?
I can't leave the back gym door open, but I could come back to the school tonight and assist.
Oh, well, I mean, that's even better. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel if there's 2 covens at the school, I should introduce myself to both and kind of keep this. I've been trying to be a little more hands-off, let you find out things on your own, but I think maybe I should take a more active role in your education.
That would be helpful, yeah.
So we'll be your favorite coven, right?
I couldn't have a favorite. That would be like saying my favorite students. You've all caused a lot of problems for me.
To be fair, if we had a teacher telling us what we should be doing, that wouldn't have happened.
We
We're very
stay
irresponsible.
school.
No, why are you in charge of school?
Prom. We stay in school prom.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Principal Gordon. If you had taught me everything, I probably would have burned this school down by now. So,
We'll meet in the gym tonight. I'll clear my schedule and I'll be back here and I'll let you all in.
Yay.
She's clearing her schedule. I'm gonna text the girl's date? Question mark.
Yeah, is there anything that you all are doing in the time between when you're supposed to meet up with this other coven? If not, we can just jump straight to later that night.
No, but I do change outfits and I look fucking amazing that night.
I'm gonna come with a book bag full of salt and mirrors to break or unbreak, and if I find a stray cat along the way,
a collection
I'll bring it
of
in.
broken and unbroken mirrors.
Every time you reach into your bag, you're like, ah! It's bleeding everywhere. I mean, I think Cassie gets more, well, probably at this point gets like a chai. Like, coffee is maybe too much.
Yeah.
Maybe that's me, Kitty, my age speaking. It's like, oh, yeah, it's getting late. Maybe time to switch over. But
yeah.
And I think Cassie like messages Miri and says to them like, so do you have like a feel for what you were trying to do with this spell? Like, I heard it was a prank, but like, I mean, no judgment, but like, what was the point of it exactly?
So Miri texts you back, and basically they tell you that what they were trying to do as a prank was make everyone who had like college classes, like had community college classes, to just forget that they had, like, to just miss their classes. So just like forget that they had a class, not go, and then be like stressed out. And they didn't even intend for it to be college students. Like, they didn't intend for like everyone to forget that the community college existed. They just intended for like, oh, it'll be funny, like a lot of the seniors will like miss their classes, they'll be stressed out, only the 3 of us will know what's going on, and so it'll just be like a funny little thing. Miri also tells you that this was their first time doing magic, all 3 of them together, that like over the summer they'd like met, like probably just like met on like a forum or something, and then had been like talking, had been doing like stuff on their own, but this was like their first time doing magic, all 3 together.
Honestly, it's better than the first time we did magic, all 3 of us together. So like, props. I gotta give them that. But also, what a mean-spirited prank. But also a very youthful one.
Miri says that it was Harper's idea. Like, it was actually, so specifically they say that, actually, let me look at my notes.
Oh, I do charge my phone before coming back.
Yeah, makes sense. So Miri basically tells you that the coven was their idea. That, like, the 3 of them working together as a coven was their idea. That the prank overall was Elena's idea.
Yeah,
like,
we
should do a prank. And then the specific prank of, like, let's make people forget that they have class was Harper's idea. So, like, all 3 of them, like, contributed, and it was, like, their first time doing magic together.
Got it. Oh, was Harper stressed?
I mean, like, that means people aren't going to get their paychecks who work at the college. You understand that, right? Like,
I want
might
to
not
roast
be
their
able to pay
butts so
rent.
bad. Yeah.
like, I think Cassie's approach to this whole thing is like, do you understand the weight of this? Is that, like, what seemed like a fun prank, some people forget about their classes, maybe. Like, these have long-ranging implications.
Yeah, so I feel like this is a good transition to like being at the school, and so like
Sure.
you're there like with the three of them. The Principal Gordon is there. Yeah, Melissa.
And the three of us all be in black.
Sure.
I love this.
Principal Gordon is still like wearing the same stuff she was wearing earlier. So she has like a cardigan and like dressed very sensibly. And the three freshmen are also like, I think like maybe Harper like was in like track clothes, basically was like getting ready to go to practice. So like she's wearing like, you know, not that, like she's not wearing like shorts and like a, you know, track shirt.
I think Cassie is dressed like she is going to break into this building, because I don't think she was made aware that the principal was going to be there. And so she's like black blocked up, like, you know, because there's cameras.
She's in techie blacks.
Oh, hey
my
guys,
God.
like pulls the balaclava over her head. Like,
So
oh, we don't need to do this. So.
I like maybe, so this conversation where like Cassie is like saying like, you realize this has like implications, you're like outside, like at the back entrance of the gym, and like you're like kind of scolding Miri, who's
Yeah,
like,
I think this was a text conversation that just kept going
Yeah.
and became an in-person conversation.
yeah, I love that. And
sure.
so it's interrupted by Principal Gordon opening the door to like to the gym and like saying, all right, come in.
Oh, I didn't think you were gonna be here.
I make it so that Harper has to. I'm doing the like nephew, that sort of thing. So Harper has to walk past by me again to get in. Like,
Elena is walking like right in front of Harper, and like as they're like walking in together, like is kind of like blocking Harper from you, and like if looks could kill, Elena's the scary dog friend. Like Elena is like, you know, kind of like mad at you. But they
that's
they go
adorable.
in. Doesn't seem to bother Elena that you're being condescending to her. She's just glaring. But they go in ahead of you. Yeah.
Whose ever idea it was to crumb up with this prank is dumb, because you didn't even benefit from it. Like, if you had made it so that we all forgot about our high school classes, you could have gotten out of school. But instead, you make the community college face your consequences. It's dumb. It's a dumb prank.
Harper's like, it's just so annoying that everyone's always talking about, like, oh, I'm going over to BCC for classes. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if they had just, like, forgot about it?
You're
So-
15. Your sense of humor is so dumb.
So I think Melissa is gonna do a problematic.
Oh,
Now
no.
that they're all here with the principal, Melissa's being like super sweet and back to her like usual nice self,
Elena's still glaring at you.
just so that she can scare Harper and totally people like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she
Cassie keeps showing her transcript. Like, do you understand how hard I worked this summer? Like,
Principal Gordon is like, all right, everyone, let's calm things down. We know that mistakes have been made. All of us have made mistakes in the past. We need to work together to figure out how to undo this. Now, Miri, what exactly did the three of you do? So Miri kind of like reaches into their bag, like pulls out like this book and is like kind of showing like, oh yeah, we like had these herbs and then like did this stuff, and it's like clearly they were just like, oh yeah, this herb means like remembrance, and so we like burned it and then did this other thing. And the principal is like, you know, like taking notes, and says, okay, it seems like, well, actually, you know what? This is a learning opportunity for you three as well. Gestures to, like, the other three of you. Do any of you know why this spell didn't go off as intended?
They weren't on the same page.
No. Good
Oh.
guess.
They had no idea what they were doing.
Good guess, not quite. Melissa, do you know why this didn't work?
Here comes a zinger.
I don't. I'm not very smart.
Principal Gordon says,
Just seeing Melissa crumble.
yeah, Harper is like Harper and Elena are looking at each other like, what? Like, what's going on? Principal Gordon says, everyone has gaps in their knowledge. It's important to know that. What I suspect is the case is that there's a reason why witches form covens. It's because we can support each other. Our magic grows more powerful once we're together. This was these three's first time casting a spell together, and although they intended a small effect that some people would forget something, because they were working together, and magic working with magic can have unexpected consequences, I believe they cast something much more powerful than intended. Which is good for the three of you to know as well, if that's something you didn't realize. If you cast magic together, it's stronger than if you cast it by yourself.
Cassie nods like, uh-huh. Text, ghost faces, ghost faces.
Principal Gordon is going to say, now, I'm noticing some animosity between your two groups.
What? Miri and I are getting along great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a little punk is the issue.
I can't force you to be friends, but I will say that there's a tendency for young witches to think that it's best if they compete against each other. There's a reason why covens are usually in threes. It's a good number to work together, but there's no reason why two covens couldn't be on friendly terms. You aren't each other's competition. You're just doing different things. That's something that can be good to keep in mind.
Oh my god, exactly.
Harper looks so mad, but isn't saying anything.
Just like, you know that gif that's like all of the numbers and
Yeah.
like why would we be in like there's a competition? Are we being graded on this somehow? Like, what is happening? That wasn't even a concern before. Now it is.
I think Principal Gordon says, in the spirit of teaching each other, I've taught really all six of you something right now. Is there anything, Melissa, Cassie, and Bridget, that you would like to pass on to this other coven? Something you think that could be helpful for them to learn?
Is there a correct answer to this?
That's not a correct answer. No. She says, before I was looking for that. That was a specific skill. I needed a specific answer. But this is, what's something that the three of you have learned that you think you could have known when you were freshmen that would have been helpful? It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be about magic.
You are not going to be the best or even good at everything. So there's a power that comes from recognizing when somebody is better at something else than you and allowing them to take control of that. And asking for their help.
Yeah, the three freshmen are definitely they're looking at, obviously Harper's pissed off at Melissa, but they are listening to what you're saying and recognize that you're older than them and have been doing magic for longer than them, and they are various degrees of freaked out about this magic that they've done. Bridget, you were gonna say something?
Each woman in your coven brings something to this cause. And you might
Person, to be fair, because I mean, we dealt with those 3 warlocks. They were kind of a coven.
and you all come in with certain strengths, but the more you spend time together and become each other's friends, you gain things from one another as well. Like Melissa's ability to talk to people, and Cassandra's way of getting into everything, but being really kind about it and supportive and passionate, and a little bit of my bite. You'll have those things too, and you'll mellow out in other things, but you'll get stronger together.
Warlocks ain't shit. That's my advice to you.
I think the 3 of them take hands with each other, not in like a full circle yet, but like are holding hands and kind of nodding. And Harper says, I think I can undo my part of it. Looks at the other 2 nod, and Principal Gordon says, well, we'll all be here to step in if anything goes wrong, but I think we should give the 3 of you a shot to undo what you did. I think that's the easiest way. The 3 of them kind of gather in the center of the gym and are a little bit fumbly, but you notice that they're like helping each other. So like Miri like accidentally like is starting to like drop the book that they're holding to like, you know, do the next part of the ritual. And Harper like kind of reaches over and grabs it, hands it back to them. Harper is kind of tripping over some of the words. But Elena starts to like speak along with them. And there is like kind of a glowing like energy around the 3 of them for a little bit. And they slowly I think bring out like their different like focuses and things. So for Mary it's like a book, Elena has some incense, and Harper has like a necklace that she's wearing, and you see they both like take out their things and are kind of like not really exactly sure what they're doing, but the incense stick that Elena pulls out you can see is partially burned, and as they're speaking it starts to like reverse, like it starts to become unburned.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then like Harper's necklace like glows brightly and then goes dim again. And after a little while it seems like they finished whatever it is that they're doing. They all 3 seem exhausted afterwards. Like Harper has like dark circles under her eyes. They look very tired. But Elena says, "They're okay. I think it feels right. It feels like we fixed it." Principal Gordon.
Good.
It's not really gonna know until tomorrow morning, so it'll have to work, I guess.
Yeah, Principal Gordon says, "I suppose we'll see tomorrow. There's no way to easily find out now, but it looked like something happened, which is good."
Or something. I mean, it could be awful. That school could be absolutely blasted off the edge.
Principal Gordon
It could have
like
gone back to like prehistoric times, even like, you know. And I look at Miri's face, who's like, "I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's totally fine. I wouldn't worry about it."
Mary is just like, "Oh, I hope that we didn't do something like that, because we already did 2 big spells today, and we have to do another one tomorrow. I don't know."
Here, have some chai.
They like down everything that's left.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Principal Gordon is like, "All right, how did you 3 get here?" To like the younger witches who are just kind of like, "Oh yeah, we snuck out or whatever." And Principal Gordon's like, I it's going to seem odd, but I don't feel good doing anything other than this. I'll give the 3 of you rides home." And looks at the other 3 of you. and is like, and if there was going to be some kind of seance here tonight, I won't know about it, and you better not give me a reason to. And she leaves with the other three.
I was completely prepared to leave the door propped open, so this is great. We got carte blanche. Amazing.
Yeah, so is there anything the three of you are doing after the other coven leaves and after Principal Gordon leaves?
Let's summon a ghost!
Yes. And
And
then
then
this
let's
is why I'm
run
using
through
like
the hallways and like do whatever we want.
I'm using my makeup to like draw the like pentagram or whatever it is on the floor.
Very good. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
like sweeping away the salt. Because we want the opposite of that.
Getting rid of all the scuff marks from people's sneakers.
I'll say, so there was a specific reason why before, even though all three of you were together, that I didn't have Cassandra roll with advantage, which is you weren't at the school. Like, it would have been like pretty hard to like summon this ghost to simply, it seems they're bonded to this place and bonded to a certain time. So
Yeah.
being at least, even though it's still not the right time, you are in the right place. I'll say, Cassandra, go ahead and give me a craft roll, and you can roll 2d6 and take the higher of the two. And if you're using your focus or something in some way, you can, add +1 to that.
I mean, I think. Well, I can't use my
Your
die
child.
because
That's
it
true.
drank.
That's true.
I mean, I am very awake thanks to that chai.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an arguable point. Yeah, I don't know. I think, actually, I think what Cassie is going to do is, she got some sort of like vintage band shirt from the 90s and like from eBay or whatever, and like she's gonna try to use that as a focus.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's not her focus exactly, but it's a focus.
Yeah, I'll say
I'll
do a +1 for that.
Okay, well that will be a 6 then.
That is successful. So what do you think? I'll say, Cassandra, what do you think this looks like? And also, what do you think Kathy looks like? Because the only time you saw her before, she was like inhabiting someone else's body. So she was like, you didn't really know what she looked like.
Yeah, I think what happened, I think we like try to do the spell and it looks almost like it didn't work, but then the t-shirt sort of like balloons like full.
Yeah.
And like the ghost sort of gets summoned inside the t-shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think that she's wearing like some ripped jeans and some skate shoes and this band shirt, which she may or may not be into that band.
What band? Do you have an idea of what band it is?
I feel it's like Pearl Jam. That feels like the kind of shirt that someone would keep for like forever.
Yeah.
They would finally start dating someone who'd be like, get rid of that smelly old thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like a Pearl Jam shirt, and I think that she's got like long, dark, braided hair. And I think she's Korean. And she's like a little bit shorter than Cassie.
You summon her, and she kind of seems, she like looks around, looks down at herself, seems confused, and says, "Is it? I've never been in here when it's not. Hey,
How's it going,
Cassandra, Melissa, Bridget, what's
Patty?
happening?"
So I didn't know if you liked Pearl Jam. We didn't really get to talk that
She
much.
looks down at her,
last
she's
time.
like, "I fucking love Pearl Jam."
No one like. See, I thought maybe like I didn't know if you were more of a pop '90s
No,
person.
Eddie Vedder's where it's at.
Awesome, great. That's cool.
I
So,
lean over to Bridget and go, I don't know who these people are.
So now that Cassie has done this, she's like, I don't know what to do. Like,
I thought that like I could only be here for prom.
well,
Is
I
it
thought
prom?
that
Did something happen to
it's
the
not
school?
prom.
it's not prom, but I wanted to like see if we could hang out more when it wasn't prom. I don't know. Would you be like into that or something?
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely be down to exist when it's not prom.
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, there's so many cool bands that I want to share with you. And like, oh my God, you haven't seen like any of Lil Nas X's music videos. Like, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. So I don't know. Like if you're into it, I was thinking maybe we could bind you to this t-shirt instead.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to watch some MTV with you.
Oh, that doesn't exist anymore. Or maybe it does, but like nobody watches it. But there's other stuff. There's other stuff. Oh my God, you don't even know about YouTube. Oh my God. There are so many things I could show you on the internet. The internet! Oh my God! Yeah, we moved past AOL discs.
And it no longer makes that horrible noise when you start it up.
Yeah, it doesn't make any noise at all. You're just online all the time. Oh my God. Look, this is a smartphone. The whole internet's in there.
She's like, oh, that's what those things are. I noticed that people had them sometimes at prom, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just like a pager.
A Palm Pilot.
It's like a camera, except you get the pictures immediately. And oh my God, yeah, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a good place to like kind of start fading out, where she's like, oh yeah, like you know, asking about the smartphone, like asking about stuff, talking to the three
Yeah,
of
I think
you.
Cassie just like walks away, like just like oh my God, and I gotta show you this and this and this, and like
Yeah.
They walk off into the sunset
yeah,
together.
and it's just like, oh, thanks for the help. I knew I needed you guys. Come on, you're great. Okay, bye.
This is how she probably felt when we were at prom.
Definitely how she felt when we were at prom.
This is a wake-up call. We were pretty useless.
That's so good. Yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap up our one shot of with Cassie and Kathy like talking, and like Cassie just saying like, here's everything that's happened in the last 30 years.
Yay.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna throw it over to each of you to let people know for one last time who you are, I can't talk, who you are, where people can find you, stuff that you have coming up, that kind of thing. And this time we'll start with Paige.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. Yes, my name is Paige. You can find me over here on Twitch at Dungeon Mom. I also play and run a lot of D&D campaigns. For the month of October, I'm running a lot of other systems. So I've got Our Haunt coming up in October, which is an RPG where everyone's ghosts. And I'm going to be playing a couple other RPGs as well. So if you want to check that out. We also play a very scary RPG called Sleepaway, where we are all camp counselors at a very haunted, scary place on Thursday nights. So we'll be back on Thursday for that, where I think we're actually wrapping it up. So pretty exciting session.
Cool.
Yep, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Kitty, what about you?
Yeah, I'm Kitty Striker again, and you can find me on Twitter or Instagram. On Instagram, it's Kitty_Striker, and that's Striker STRYKER. Yeah, my big news is that you can get my second book now on pre-order from Amazon if you use that horrible website. It is helpful for you to pre-order the book, though. So, you know, if you wanted to do that, that would be cool. The name of the book is Ask Yourself, the Consent Culture Workbook. And it's 28 prompts to help you understand your relationship to consent, both in yourself and around your communities. It's about consent culture in every aspect of your life. So not just sexual, not just romantic, but your workplace or with your family, or just having boundaries with acquaintances. So yeah, it should be really helpful and hard work, but hopefully kind of fun. It's very casually written.
The link to that pre-order is in the chat, as well as links to other stuff that everyone on here has going on. Lexi, what else do you have going on? Where can people find you?
People can find me on Twitter at LexiMartin10. Nothing super that I'm involved to promote, but I just recently in the last 2 weeks, returned to ballet, returned to point work as an adult, which I had not done in quite a long time. So what I'm encouraging everybody watching to do is to, if there's a passion you have when you were younger, then maybe you kind of do either for financial reasons or because you didn't feel that it just wasn't the right time, go out. There are probably classes for you as an adult, whether it's ballet, archery, I don't know, sports, ultimate frisbee, horseback riding, crocheting. It's never too late to get involved with something that you love.
Yeah, I like that. And I'll tell people about some stuff that I'm doing, but before I do that, I am gonna let my players go for now. So I'm gonna leave the Zoom call. If you all can hang out for just a second, that would be great. If you have to go, that's totally fine. But do you all want to say goodbye to chat and goodbye to the YouTube pod?
Bye, chat.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.